Freak Show. Bumpy Big Squiggums here. I want to thank you all for joining me. I accidentally opened the door in the start of the episode. Anyhow, yep, we're playing Pillars of Eternity, the White March. We are in Raedric's tower keep thingy, and blackened pages curl in the fire, a leather cover, embossed with a rising sun and 3 stars is barely visible through the flames. Okay, so apparently she was still worshipping the previous god. She was a bad girl, she was. Alright, let us hope, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, hope that comes from a lettuce. Let us hope that we are strong enough to deal with Lord Raedric in here. I mean, I can only assume we're going to crush his soul, but I don't rightly know. The Champion of Barath, there's going to be a bunch of people that are like, hey, we're going to kill you dead. They see us. They know that we're watching them. And we're knowing that they know that we know that everybody knows that we're all known, that there's knowing to be done with know and stuff. Alright, so we've unlocked doors, we've opened doors, we've done things, bad stuff has happened, good things have happened. It's been somewhat of a nightmare, but not entirely a nightmare. This should just lead us right back up to the same floor that the good old priest guy is on. Netty Weddy over there. And yeah, it does. Okay. Unlocks with the banished steel key of doom. So, there we go. Alright, let's go return and do the fight. I know, I've put it off for a very, very long time. I think the last time I fought him, I think I had 4 people, 2 of which, maybe 4. 4 people, 2 of which were created characters that I myself made. I don't think I had Kana. I don't believe I know I didn't have our ranger chick here. And I think it was 3. So I had myself, a player named Gus, or who was Sithrin in the last dealie. I had Aloth, and I might have had Durance. I'm not even sure if I had Durance at that point. So anyway, you look at it, things were looking a little bit scary styles with the Z. But in the end, yeah, I was victorious. And I suppose that's all that truly matters. Alright, Raedric. We are here. There we go. Let him approach. Flanked by a host of guards, or let him approach. Or let him approach. Or let him approach. I don't know. However you think Raedric would sound, that's the voice you need to imagine in your own minds. Flanked by a host of guards, all of whom regard you with mute hostility, Lord Raedric VII observes you from his throne, clad in ornate plate. His eyes have a hollow quality, and there is a pallor to the man's gaunt face that leaves his features showing stark against his dark and unkempt hair. There is a dagger discarded upon one stone arm of the throne. A thin crimson rivulet worms its way down from the blade and past Raedric's fingers, even as he leans forward to regard you with his piercing gaze. Yeah, thought he'd be better looking, even with all the inbreeding. Though his face is calm, you notice Adair's hand strain toward his weapon, as though with a mind of its own. It seems I have you to thank for the chaos spreading through my keep. I half expected some invading army.
It is unlike Kolsch to hire
Totally wrong.
mercenaries, or foreigners for that matter. And you are not one of mine, so I cannot accuse you of treason.
Okay. Raedric's voice is a low rasp, his gaze fixed upon you. He smiles grimly, flashing white teeth. His fingers close loosely around the pommel of the dagger, as if to ascertain if it is still there, and then flinch away. Perhaps he ought to have considered such tactics sooner. You've made short work of my guards. He narrows his eyes. You were good and loyal servants, loyal to my coin, if not to me. They were, not you were. They were. Ha ha. Oh boy. Anyway, they deserved a better fate than you gave them.
What has my cousin promised you?
Cousin?
Some grand reward? If he had any resources to his name, he would not covet mine. And if he had any honor in him, he would not have tried this here, now, when I have lost so much.
Raedric's expression hardens. I'm not here for your speeches. I came to stop you. Kolsk is your cousin.
Oh yes. We are kin, he and I. He was raised within these walls, in fact, privy to all the privileges our family had to offer. But a greedy man always hungers after more than he receives, however bountiful. I was eldest, heir to the stewardship of our lands, and he was not.
The legacy brought chaos with it, panic and despair. Kolsk took advantage of that chaos, creating division in our ranks, luring loyal men and women to his cause. Good men, good women. Raedric's gaze goes distant for a moment, and then he glances at you, his lip curls. He fled the keep in time to hole up in the wilds beyond the village, to play at being a commoner and court favor with the people. And while he plays at conqueror, the Vale suffers. Families, traders, all. And I do not have enough men to guard the roads and defend us from Kolsk's incursions both. My attention suffers, and so my governance, my family. Raedric breathes out through his nose. Nor can I make the effort necessary to bring about an end to this curse if we are beset at all hours by his traitorous plots. Darkozy Paladini. Huh. What have you lost? Point to the dagger. What happened there? Gilded Vale has suffered under your rule. It deserves a better leader. I wouldn't talk of honor if I were you. I saw the body upon your bed. Yeah, that one. Raedric's face darkens with sudden fury. You do not know what you speak of. The blasphemies that fell from her lips, the dead things she brought into this world as a result. Gilded Vale's laws hold true for all within my lands. None can be exempt. Ygritte received a just sentence, whatever her title or her worth to me. Whatever the cost I bear, you speak in ignorance. Just as you have stumbled in ignorance upon my foolish cousin's plots without understanding what is at stake. Fine, what have you lost?
Much. There is a plague among us here in Gilded Vale. The legacy is but part of it. The rest is fear, heresy, perversion. Each incident alone is but the flicker of a candle, but together, a blaze that will destroy us.
The legacy is a test of faith. It has driven many to madness. They cling to hollow promises, to dark and terrible things. Each lie permitted feeds the fire. Every whisper from printing charlatans and venom-tongued midwives. The words of false prophets. The promises of dead gods. He clenches a gloved fist.
The flame consumed her. My Ygritte. And our child with it.
Raedric looks to the dagger and his voice catches briefly in his throat. Let's see here. There are no excuses for what you've done to defend yourself. Let's see how well honor works out for you. Point to the dagger. What happened?
A just sentence.
Raedric turns his head slightly to regard the dagger. There's a sudden, careful stillness in his expression. His voice wavers, and in that moment a pang of grief crosses his face. Ygritte knew. She hid the verses from me, the tokens. She knew what I would make of them. The scattered god poisoned her against me, made her deaf to my instruction. Only when our son was born, that hollow thing, that monster, then we both knew what her crimes had wrought. Raedric turns a baleful look upon you, jaw working, face flushed and splotchy with emotion. It could not stand. He brings up a hand suddenly toward his temple, obscuring his face. What does Kolsk know of sacrifice? He would indulge himself, let us succumb one by one and suffer Barath's punishment, till the final soul goes to its keeping, never to return, and Gilded Vale is but a barren land. You murdered your own wife? Your child? I carried out the sentence. Would you have me give her to an executioner? In the Deerwood we see to our own justice. Raedric sits back in his throne, his knuckles white upon the armrest. And that thing, that silent aberration, that was not alive to kill. His dark eyes narrow. Keep your recriminations, trespasser. I have done my duty. Well, Gilded Vale has suffered from under your rule. It deserves a better leader. Raedric makes a low huffing noise of disbelief. And you think Kolsk is that leader? What does he understand of what it means to be a Thane? He has gathered a meager assembly of illiterate farmers and scavengers to himself, and sends these in suicidal action against my guards.
You are a pawn in Kolsch's designs, and he has kept his motivations from you for a reason. I wonder if you understand what it is you do, or what you might accomplish if you were better informed.
He studies you with fierce intensity. Oh boy. Seems
You
like...
have proven your competence in your way, and had I such an ally, we might together put an end to Gilded Vale's woes, lift the curse once and for all, and in doing so, return us to a life where such strict measures are not necessary.
See, this is the thing that's always terrible and, I guess, great about Obsidian Entertainment's amazing games. All of the choices are terrible. There's always, I don't know, moral ambiguity, if you want to call it something. You don't really know whether what you're doing is good or bad, and I'm not sure if you ever do. It's like either way, it's like choosing which terrible thing you want to go through with. And it seems like every game is that way, and it sucks in some ways, and it's really cool in other ways because you can try different things as you play through it again. It gives that replayability. I'm sorry, guys, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but it's just, I don't know what to do. I believe last time I murdered him, and I'm 100% on board with murdering him again, and that's probably what I'm going to be doing. But I'm pausing to think of what if. I don't care which one of you is on the throne, so long as I get paid. I'm willing to listen. What did you have in mind? I'd like to know more about the Raedrics. How about we go with that one for now? The Raedrics? It is but I alone now, but the Raedric name was birthed in glory. We have been stewards of Gilded Vale for generations. Its people look to us still for guidance and protection. First from the excesses of the Empire, and now from what dangers the dear wood holds. I have inherited that duty by my vows, by my title, so long as I am Thane. I will permit no threat against our lands, be they mortal or spiritual in nature. Well, what has happened to Gilded Vale? The legacy, Raedric breathes. Shortly after the death of the scattered god, Waidwin's legacy fell upon our lands. He shakes his head, and despair came with it. How could it not, when the curse took our children, our hope from us? It's fine. I knew that Barath would not allow such cruelties, not unless we had lost his favor. Some in the village cling yet to a false faith, worshipping the dead god. They revere him in secret, even knowing what it brings upon us. My own wife, she continued her heresies against my wishes, and when our child was born, we saw that no sin remains unrevealed. His jaw works. No man is free from Barath's judgment, no woman. Raedric looks to the dagger resting on the throne. I will do what I must to ensure that we do not stray against the path, but it has taken time to root out the last of these cultists within our village. Time Kolsch used to gather his forces. Okay, I'm not convinced. Defend yourself. I'm willing to listen. What do you have in mind?
Good. The stakes are too high for rash action. Be assured Defiance Bay will hear of your assistance to me.
Raedric leans forward. You are in a position to put a swift end to this rebellion. I have wasted too many resources on Kolsch, and paid the cost for it. Kill him, and I can refocus my attentions upon this blight. Between the priest and my animancer, we can determine a cure. My family will be the last to suffer for this legacy. I don't know, I think it's nice that someone's there to distract him from killing the rest of my town, even if they're not the best neighbors these days. He has doubtless attempted to ply you with lies, hoping to pull you to his side. He will permit you to approach him, so that he might work upon you further, and then you will have your opportunity. You are truly mad if you think I would ever help you.
So be it. May the twinned god take pity upon your splintered soul, and scatter it to the winds.
Raedric's frown deepens, but he only nods. Raedric rises from the throne, and around him his guards settle into battle stances. Oh boy, this could go very badly very quickly. Let's see. Shall we? Okay, so with that in mind, let's start setting about to make sure we can do some stuff here. We're going to slow down time as well. And you are the archer chick, okay. And then you probably going to also shoot at him, and then we're going to have to take out that mage at some point. But for now, how big of a... Holy crap. How much damage does this do? It doesn't... Well, maybe it does say. 27 to 37. And 16 to 24. Jams. I just don't see this going well for us. I'm going to move over here. Durance, I want you to step forward. Alright, Durance, you have stepped forward. I would like you to bless all of us, if at all possible. This looks like it's just going to go really not good. However, I will say one thing for our little dog friend. He's going to probably die, but he has done a fantastic job of grouping everybody up for me. Okay, so we did that. We're going to go cast on the Archmage there. Durance, where you at, buddy? There you are. Let's go ahead and get this out. Okay, so that's done. Let's cast this. Go on Sat's cast. This is bad. Okay, so we've disengaged with him. How are you doing? You're not there yet. I'm getting absolutely destroyed. Let's do this. Let's get you into super crazy mode. I thought we killed the Archmage already. Apparently that is not the thing that happened. I am super close to dying myself, which is bad. I'll consecrate the ground once more. I'm going to... was going to use second wind, but apparently I don't have it. So instead of doing that, I'm going to do this. Okay, the Archmage is coming forward. I'm going to take a shot at him. You got to be getting close.
Ready.
You're not there yet. You're getting there. There it is. Cast those spells. There it is. Archmage needs to go down. Champion of Barath. I need to knock you, somebody on their butt. Guess you? Alright, meanwhile, what am I doing here? I'm still kind of getting wrecked. Slightly. But I think it's time for me to do something else. Sorry guys and gals, let's see here. I think I'm going to do the dancing bolts. Okay, that looks like it's very bright, if nothing else. Okay, what do we have? Watchful presence, prayer against restraint, dire blessing. Didn't we have a circle of protection? We cast that. Probably should have done that earlier. Full disclosure here. Probably something I should have done earlier, but that's okay. I once again would like very much to get over here and maybe Just maybe. Oh, that's such a bad idea. Let's not do that.
Join arms!
I feel like this is still going very poorly. Please drop a few fools. If I gone into crazy, I haven't gone into crazy mode yet, so now I can do that. Let's put Raedric near me. Let's see, what else do we have? Blessing, okay.
Thing isn't doing the job.
Cast some more stuff. Everyone's still kind of healthy. I mean, we're not doing too bad, all things considered. Okay, so that's good. Raedric's gonna go down. You're gonna continue to shoot at that guy. I'm still kind of getting wrecked. I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna do this. It's going to hopefully give us some sort of an edge. And yeah, we're just gonna kind of murder everyone, I guess. I'd like you to go up there. Raedric's down, and he's down, and everyone's down. We kind of did it. We did it. We're heroes. I have 8 health left. That is not a large amount of HP.
Here.
In fact, that is a very small amount of HP. But boy, howdy, did we get it done. The answer is yes. Yes, we did. Quite well, in fact. I may put that one on my little bar there. Yeah. It seems like that could be a legit thing. I'll put the book on our other guy's deal. Well, I once again sided with Kolsch, or at least didn't side with Raedric, I guess? Why can't I? Huh, that was weird. Like, why can't I do that? Can I claim the throne now? Is
Nice and quiet.
Oh, look at that. A fine scepter. Okay, well, that was chaotic and actually relatively difficult, all things considered. It was an odd place to fight, and, well, kind of a messy one. I am fairly certain at this point we have done all that we needed to do to make this work. So, with that being said and done, why don't I head on over here? I will... Uh-oh. I hope I don't get into another fight. Because I'm not ready for that. We heard that you had moved against the keep, and yet we've arrived too late. But a moment earlier, and I would have heard his dying breath. No matter. Let's see... It is done. The tyrant is dead, and our village is free to move into a greater future. Gilded Vale owes you a great debt. I owe you a great debt. You have accomplished what I could not. Take what rewards you care to from Raedric's vaults. You have earned them twice over. Kolsch looks over the throne room, smiling. There is much to do. We must send word to the Earl, of course, to revoke the cruel laws Raedric has instated. But do not think we will forget your assistance. You have brought about great change. Take pride. Everyone will remember this moment. Come, men. Clear these bodies from the hall. With that, Kolsch strides eagerly towards the throne. Well, Lord of a barren land. Well, you've claimed power now, friend. Hopefully that's what you were wanting. I'm going to talk to him. I wonder if we could take him down too. Forgive me, friend. There is much to do, but we will not forget what you have done for us. Okay, we can't. So what would happen if... Like, I understand you can go back and you can kill Kolsch, I'm assuming. But can you not kill both of them? What would happen if you killed both? I think that would be an interesting thing. Just be like, look, I think all of you are terrible people. You're all going to die. Let the priest or somebody run the thing. Probably not the best choice. But almost literally anyone else. Please don't walk into a trap and die. I like how I have 8 HP left. That is spectacular. I did a lot of tanking there. And it was not great. And so, Gilded Vale has its new thing. I will trust that you have chosen wisely. Well, your trust may be misplaced. I'm just saying. Like, I've done stupid things in the past. There's no telling whether this is one of those things or not. Well, either way, we should be able to get out of here and get on with things. I think that actually put us at a less than I was hoping. I was hoping to be at least close to like 13,000 experience. We're only at 11. That's not great. Well, we did what we set out to do. We have defeated Lord Raedric. And we, cleared out this area. I mean, it's a thing that we did. So I'm going to go rest back at my keep, see if I can't do anything chilling over at Caed Nua, and then we'll see what's next. Because as it stands right now, I don't really have a plan. I don't. I know I got, obviously, past this point. I did this much earlier on in my last playthrough. And then I did the Caed Nua stuff, and I did a little bit more, and then I got myself all stuck playing around with the drakes in the Searing Gorge or Searing Falls, wherever that stuff is over there, which didn't go well. So what I'm going to do now is return to the old hold here. We're going to rest up. I think our guy should be there. The guy that sells and lets us trade and whatnot, so that's going to be good. And yeah, we'll start cleaning up the keep a bit more. And I'm not really sure what we're going to do after that. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it for this particular episode. I think I'll probably do some conversing with our peeps in the next
sorry
episode.
For whoever has to clean up this place.
Yeah, that's kind of us. And before we do any and all of that, we're going to go here. We'll deal with him in a moment. We would like to build something else. I was attacked before, and I haven't been attacked yet, so I'm not sure how that works. That's okay. Lore bonus. Hirelings. I think I'm going to do that one. We did the merchant stalls. I kind of want to get the... Well, there's a few things I'd like to get. I'd like to get this. There's a lot of stuff I want to get. Upgrade the lab. Repair the pool, which I guess just basically ups the prestige. Probably going to do the barracks followed by the dungeons, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Either way. Either way. So, that's pretty much going to do it for this particular episode, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy. It was chaotic, crazy, and I'm sorry, like I said, every so often I'll go off on a tangent here and there, but I'm going to try to keep those down to a minimum if, when, and where it's possible. But, yeah, that's one of the things that Obsidian Entertainment always does. It's really cool and also really depressing because it's always like, oh man, none of these are good choices. Or none of these are inherently the quote-unquote right choice, which, again, a lot of people absolutely love, so I don't know. So why would you ever want to rest without a bonus? I don't really understand that. I mean, like, I could understand if there were other choices, sure. But, I don't know.
You know, there are accounts of watchers in all of the regions I've visited. If the adventuring life doesn't work out for you, you could always read souls for coin, give people advice, tell them which family they're related to, and whom they should duel for past offenses.
I like quiet, Kana. I could probably convince people of all kinds of things. I'm glad you find this so amusing. Well, keep that in mind. Probably safer than fighting off beasts, Kana chuckles, and you get just as much drama out of it. Fair enough. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this particular episode. Until the very next one, my name is Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you for stopping by the Freak Show, and I will see you later.